It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Moments away in Milwaukee, it'll be the Bucks going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, maybe it hasn't been quite the start to the season they were hoping for. They're just 2-3 so far, but probably a little too early to get hung up on the one-loss record at this point. And tonight, we get to see Mohamed Bamba. Tremendous size and strength, but also extremely bright, Kenny. Schools with the highest level academics offered him scholarships.
Wow, because he's a smart guy off the court who still honors his basketball IQ. I love that. I love that about guys. And you know, he's just one of the rare breeds of everything you want. He opposing defender, blocking shot, alters everything, and a great student.
And on the offensive end, very raw, runs the floor very well. Needs to add a lot of strength, though.
Coming up shortly, it's the tip. We'll go courtside to Kevin Harlan for the call.
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Orlando Magic today. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. This game in Milwaukee marks the start of a homestand for the Bucks. Sixth game of the season for them, and when you're 4-1 already, you've got a good feeling about each game.
And I think for Milwaukee, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the Bucks' first All-Star since Michael Redd back in 2004. Now, the lefty Redd said, "I've never seen anybody like him. It's almost like he's from another planet. It won't be hard for him to attract talent here. I just want a ring when they get a ring." Kevin?
And the Bucks just one title back in 1971. DA, thank you. And both teams tonight, Clark, love to run the offense through the post. A lost art in many ways. You don't see it that often now.
Yeah, you don't, because the game has changed in that back-to-the-basket post players aren't as prevalent with the three-point shooting and space and pace game we see most teams employing. But you also think about the rule changes. You're now allowed to play a little bit of a soft zone in the NBA. I think that sometimes negates the post player from being an effective facilitator.
And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Magic, inside we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings. And it's Grant in at the one spot.
The defense looking helpless here. Fournier is solid as going despite getting hit. Really strong playing through contact.
Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now, here's Vucevic. Back to Fournier. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Middleton. Pass to Antetokounmpo. He goes up again, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And that is just a superb effort from Antetokounmpo on the backboards. I mean, throwing himself on the glass and coming up with a lot of key rebounds.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
And, you know, last season the Magic fell short of their goals, dealt with a lot of injuries, and just had a lot of holes in their roster, too. What was an uphill battle to begin with became really an impossible one.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Bledsoe against Grant. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. They get it back. The shot's good from Henson.
And, you know, Henson's height and length and reach makes him a force on the glass. He does a nice job chasing down those rebounds.
Now, here's Grant. He's coming off a 19-point game against Portland. That's tipped. Here's Antetokounmpo, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, when Antetokounmpo puts his head down, man, it is a really terrifying sight for the defense when this guy's coming at you, all limbs and arms and size and ball skills. Usually you just end up hacking away at him to stop him from getting to the hoop.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
6 to shoot. Here's Grant. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Magic shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Grant. And Clark, you look at the Bucks roster. What's the biggest area of need in your opinion?
The question mark I see is the center position, Kevin. Thon Maker might have some upside and could very well fill that void, but they lack a presence in there now.
No good on the second free throw. Bucks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. That one wide left.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Ross finds Grant. Now here's Ross. He had 10 points.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed. Putting on a show. Ross can elevate with the best of them.
And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Antetokounmpo for 3. Middleton. Here's Bledsoe. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Grant surveying the D. Goes up at the stripe, and it's Orlando with another.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Now the pass to Antetokounmpo. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Eric Bledsoe. Good season for him last year. Put up about 17 points a game, just over 2 steals and 5 assists. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
Now here's Fournier. 23 points his last outing. Left side, Gordon. And the shot goes down. Gordon's got 5 now.
You know, when Gordon is hitting this all the time, the defense will have to play up on it. Consistency is the key.
Fades. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Here's Fournier. Lets a floater go. The shot, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
And here is Ross. And Giannis Antetokounmpo made that last three-pointer. A floater, and it's laid up and in by Ross.
The defense made their presence felt, but Ross is just too explosive down there.
Bledsoe against Grant. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. He's got 14.
Kevin, he's been flat out phenomenal, superb, scintillating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Clark, back when you were playing, what were the biggest challenges over the first third of the season you found?
Well, the travel is always a challenge, particularly early in your career, just learning how to manage that. How do you rest? How do you get your work in? How do you stay focused mentally? So the challenge of travel and the details of your craft. And then establishing chemistry with your teammates. We were kind of in transition my first 3 years in Indiana, where we had new players each year. And that's one of the challenges with the team that's struggling to be competitive.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Orlando with the ball, trailing by 4. Shot from 12. Fournier's shot is off. Milwaukee is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And a season after he won the most improved player, Antetokounmpo, Clark, was a legit MVP contender.
No doubt about it. I think if the Bucks had been a top seed, perhaps he could have won it, although James Harden was phenomenal last season. The league has been put on notice. This is a guy who wouldn't surprise me at all if he became an MVP at some point in his career.
And he makes the first.
You know, since entering the league at age 18, Antetokounmpo has really grown. The Greek Freak, now one of the league's premier talents, no doubt.
Bamba is checked in for the Magic. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Fournier. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And here in Orlando, the Magic are the only pro team in town. You can tell that the fans want a winner badly.
Well, they show up consistently, even through the tough and lean times. And they've come close a few times in the history of this franchise, but have never quite gotten over that hump. They've had some stars and elite teams in the past, but the long-term success just hasn't been sustained.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Here's Bledsoe. It's hauled in by Gordon. The Magic trail by 6. In the corner, Bamba with it. And Simmons kicks to Gordon. The Magic again can't hit. So the Magic, their last game, a win against the Trailblazers.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
And here is Bamba, following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton. Bamba with it. Ilyasova on him. Outside for Simmons. Bamba dishes to Vucevic. The second chance effort. And the shot goes in.
And Vucevic is a guy who constantly keeps defenders guessing when he has the ball deep in the post. Just an excellent finisher at the rim.
Back to Bledsoe. Bucks passing it around. Here's Henson. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now, here's Grant. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Orlando with the ball. He kicks it to Simmons. And Bamba now top of the key. Back to Simmons. Stolen by Middleton. To the middle. And there's Bledsoe on the assist by Middleton. Bledsoe's got his first points of the night.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Well, you want to talk about the smoothest players in the league? You can't forget about Chris Middleton. I mean, he's not a blow-you-away athlete, but he has really good length and a sweet stroke, and he can get his shot off anytime.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Tony Snell's checked in for Ilyasova. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Chris Middleton, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Eric Bledsoe. And you look at Chris Middleton, Clark. What doesn't he do well?
You know, there's not much. He does a little bit of everything well. He's a smart, versatile defender. He can command the double team with his scoring and punish the double team with his passing as well. He can hurt you a lot of different ways, Kevin.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Augustine. Clark, when you played, you were dominant inside. Are you surprised at how perimeter-oriented the game now has evolved into?
No, not really, Kevin, because of the three-point line and what it means. The game was created as a game of putting the ball in the basket. Initially, it was by getting the ball as close as you could to the basket with big guys or drives, and now with the three-point line, the shooting has become a premium, and it's really one of the great elements of the game for me, and I love the way folks are playing it now.
Defensive rules have sure made a big difference in this game, haven't they?
Yeah, great point.
Here's Dellavedova. The Magic getting the bucket. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Inside, Henson, and slam dunk by Henson.
Yeah, the length of Antetokounmpo is it's hard to deal with, quite honestly, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll.
Now here is Augustine. Here's Gordon in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Boy, I like how fast, how quickly he went up with the shot, realizing that his man had no chance.
Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That's his first foul. Antetokounmpo passes to Snell. Back to Antetokounmpo. 5 to shoot. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for Orlando. 8-point game. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Bamba with it, working on Henson. Poked away, stolen by Henson.
It's kind of a comedy of errors for them in this first half thus far. Just been all over the place.
Antetokounmpo finds Dellavedova. Antetokounmpo against Gordon. Antetokounmpo passes to Brogdon. Shot clock at 6. Tries from 16. Antetokounmpo, no good.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Now here's Gordon. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Portland.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
That's his first personal foul.
For Orlando, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
At the line for 2.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The free throw drops for Augustine. And the Bucks with these great new facilities, a new coaching staff, a talented roster. What's the upside for this team, Clark?
I think, Kevin, a top 4 seed in the East is very much in the realm of possibility. They have quality players around Giannis, and in this league, you've got to have multiple stars to compete for titles. They're on their way. They're moving in the right direction.
Clark, one of the strong points that the Orlando Magic team has is their balance.
Well, they've got a number of players, Kevin, that can go for double digits on any night. That's always nice. Good depth on this roster as well. And when you don't have an elite star or talent, these are the kind of things you look for in building your team.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Brogdon.
And Malcolm Brogdon, the son of a lawyer and a college dean, no less. His maturity and thoughtfulness certainly reflect that upbringing.
And with the way Brogdon conducts himself, some teammates call him, Greg, the president.
Yeah, he has an air about him. That he has that leadership quality and has a goal to create an NGO to alleviate poverty and hunger in developing nations. Who knows? Politics might not be out of the question for this young man.
Now Brogdon. Following the three-point attempt by Aaron Gordon, here's Antetokounmpo off target with the jump hook.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
And the basket by Gordon.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Dellavedova kicks to Snell. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Bucks have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Tony Snell. 2 shots.
That's good from Snell.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are a concern, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
And so Snell nails both of them.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Boy, I love that attack mentality. Get in there and force the officials to make a call.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. with 1 on the clock, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. Right back after this break. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
In the Nigerian way, you gotta say it with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say it with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you got, just say, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek freak.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
We've got John Henson, Antetokounmpo out there with Brogdon, and it's Connaughton in at the 3. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
13 feet away, and Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the foul on John Henson. That's foul number 2 for him.
And, that's a second foul early in this quarter. I think he's got to be much more cautious in how he defends now.
The Magic making a switch here. Ross is checked in. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Simmons. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The activity from Bamba when he's playing with a high motor, watch out.
Augustine against Brogdon. Passes it to Connaughton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 10-footer. It's hauled in by the Magic. Bamba's got his 6th rebound on the night. Isaac passes to Simmons. That one good for 2.
And sometimes it appears as though Simmons is better finishing through contact. I mean, he really relishes those opportunities.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time, and it's difficult to do even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Now here is Augustine. He has 5. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Ross for 3. That one, no good. And Milwaukee will come the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, you know what, Greg? When the defense is that lax, come on now, they honestly deserve to lose. You can't let a team get into that kind of a groove.
No good from Simmons.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
That's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Vucevic checked in for Jonathan Isaac. Fournier comes in for Simmons, and it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. That's good from Antetokounmpo. We try to stop, hold down, combat great offensive play. Clark, in your eyes, what are the keys to great team defense to do that?
Yeah, there are a couple of things, Kevin. One is communication, attention to the detail of what you're trying to minimize or take away. Good offensive teams, you're not going to be able to take away everything, so you try to prioritize what you're going to take away. And then just a collective commitment to communication and to helping each other, because you can't do it at a high level by yourself when you're facing a really good offensive team. Everybody has to be on board and locked into what you're trying to get done defensively.
Now here's Ross following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Ross finds Grant. Here's Vucevic, defended by Ilyasova. Fades away, and it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Milwaukee leading by 12. Bledsoe looking around. Here's Connaughton. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Connaughton. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Fournier. No good from Connaughton. The Magic trail by 12. To the inside. Here's Bamba. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Connaughton. Back to Bledsoe. Down low. Ilyasova. And Ilyasova throws it down.
You know, Bledsoe has developed his passing skills to the point where you've got to respect that part of his game. He's doing a nice job finding his open guys.
Now here's Vucevic. He had 13 points in the win against Portland.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
On offense, here are the Bucks. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. And here is Antetokounmpo. He's got 25. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
Milwaukee with the ball. Following the bucket by Orlando. Connaughton kicks to Bledsoe. Puts one up from 19. Good on the jump shot. Bledsoe's got 4 this quarter.
Nice job by Bledsoe keeping the mid-range game alive, because that requires shot discretion, and he showed it to you there.
Now here's Vucevic. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Dismissed.
The main weapon in Bamba's attack, the slender long arms he possesses, helps him block lots of shots.
Now here's Grant. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo, Grant kicks to Bamba. Now the pass to Fournier. Vucevic down low. Defended by Ilyasova. Makes it off the glass.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Yeah, where's your fight? You got to show more fight than that.
Shoots from the line. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bamba's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Grant with the ball. Kicks it to Ross. the 10-footer. They grab their own miss. That one drops for him. Ross has got 6 points.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
He dishes it to Grant. Pass to Fournier. Here's Bamba. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And you see Bamba on the offensive end. Very raw, but has potential, particularly from this range.
Well, Terrence Ross can be great at times, but consistency certainly has been an issue for him.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a vapor trying to grab hold of that consistency for Ross. One game he's great, the other game you don't know he's out there. This is a player that once had 50 points in a game, but has struggled to find that same kind of drive game to game. His outside shot has taken a nosedive a bit, as has his overall shooting percentage. Yet he's still relatively young, so this guy could bounce back.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 27. Bledsoe against Grant. Now here's Ilyasova. Tight defense on him.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
For Orlando, they have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Tony Snell comes in for Chris Middleton, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Pat Connaughton.
And, you know, the Bucks in recent seasons have employed an aggressive trapping style defensively. Diminishing returns, though, as the league has figured it out. Now they've gone back to the drawing board.
Now here's Bledsoe. He has 6. They need this one. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And with the Bucks' length and athleticism, the pressure style of D made sense.
Yeah, you know, but when it broke down, Kevin, they gave up open threes in today's game. That's almost as bad as a layup.
Here's Grant. The dish to Ross. To the paint. He's looking for Gordon and finds him.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Stolen by Gordon. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the amount of space Antetokounmpo covers is really breathtaking. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, he erases shots that you think he has no chance to get to. And Eric Bledsoe, so gifted athletically. He's got to learn to read the game as fast as he plays it, and that's a process. Staying under control, using change of pace, those are things he can tighten up.
Henson's checked in for Ilyasova. And a change for the Magic. DJ Augustine's checked in for Grant. And playing under Chauncey Billups and Chris Paul, Eric Bledsoe got the message about playing Clark at 2 speeds.
Well, you know, it's almost like baseball. You've got to have a little change of pace in your game, the change-up to keep hitters off balance in baseball, same in basketball. And his strength helps him, too, now. He can hold off his defender while he downshifts to make decisions with the ball.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Ross, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Ross has got 13.
they should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. No good from Bledsoe. The Magic trail by 9. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Vucevic has got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. Over Gordon. Open and close and nails it. And it's 29 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Guys, he has been a major factor, big time, outstanding at getting quality looks and knocking them down.
Here's Fournier. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Passes it to Dellavedova. And here is Henson. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Pass to Dellavedova. And the basket is good. And now it's an 11-point Bucks lead.
In the screen and roll, that's where Matthew Dellavedova is at his decision-making best.
15 seconds left in the first half. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his third personal foul.
The Magic have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in.
Man, I like how Dellavedova gets that shot up so quickly, always measuring the shot as the pass is coming to him.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, it seemed like you all were dictating tempo in the first half. How did you do that?
Okay, we're getting the styles, grabbing the rebound now, just trying to push it, try to get the best shot available.
Problem solved in transition. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 29 points, 2 block shots, and 4 assists. He's got one of those streaks going lately where it doesn't seem like he can be stopped. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, they got a nice advantage in the free throw department. I wish I was a shooter. They've been the one taking the direct approach. They're driving the lane, being physical, and forcing the opposing D into tight spots. And that's got them a lot of points at the line and the lead.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Orlando?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
Welcome back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the buildings of downtown reflecting off the gentle waters of beautiful Lake Michigan. We've played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Yeah, and you know what? I like the fact that he's staying in aggressive attack mode. I mean, forcing the issue, making the defense foul.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Bucks leading by 10. Tipping off the second half, here's Steve Clifford's 5. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings. And it's Grant in at the 1. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for Orlando. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside. I'll tell you, he's beating up the defense in this quarter, going right at him and scoring in a variety of ways.
It's Fournier on the wing. He kicks it to Vucevic. Back to Fournier. Floats one up, and he lays it up and in. Fournier's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the tricky Fournier, never afraid to let the floater fly.
The pass to Middleton. Bledsoe against Grant. Pulls up. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And Antetokounmpo is just fearless. I mean, hit him, knock him around. Really doesn't faze him. Doesn't matter. I mean, this guy is determined to get the job done. And he does.
This will make 5 trips now to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo.
Well, for the Bucks in 2017, it was the opening of their new state-of-the-art team facility. A year later, right next door, they've inaugurated their new home arena.
Here's Grant. Again, the Magic score.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Bucks leading by 8. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Middleton the pass to Bledsoe. And again, the Bucks miss. And the Bucks sparing no expense with all these new assets.
Well, to bring top talent in and compete with the best, you need to create a winning environment and culture. The Bucks making those investments.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Isaacs checked in for Terrence Ross. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Bucks with possession here. They led by as many as 18 points. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Back to Bledsoe. From downtown, it's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 4 rebounds in this game. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Grant finds Gordon. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
That's his 2nd personal foul.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Bledsoe outside. Pass to Middleton. Up top, Bledsoe. He's covered by Grant. Puts one up from 19. And the Bucks miss again.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. 5 on the clock. From deep, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Antetokounmpo's got 7 now in this quarter. The Magic trail by 8. Ball's knocked loose. Grant dishes to Gordon. Passes to Isaac to the wing on the left. Here's Vucevic. Rebounded by the Bucks. Henson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the inside, and it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist by Middleton. Middleton's got his 3rd assist on the night. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
John Henson, drafted out of North Carolina, only weighed 215 pounds as a rookie. He's still lean and slender, but has added enough muscle to hold his own inside.
The Magic making a switch here. Bamba's checked in. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Milwaukee.
And the three-point shot above the break has become a popular shot in the league, but not for them tonight. They're passing that one up and just trying to get their offense from closer to the hoop.
Milwaukee on D, 10-point lead. Grant outside, kicks to Gordon. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Pass to Bledsoe. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. And at 6'11", some people had Henson listed as a power forward.
Well, you know, in today's game, he's almost exclusively a center. His mobility helps. He's a shot blocker who's comfortable scoring around the basket. The 5 spot is where he's most effective, I think.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 14. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Here's Isaac. The Magic again can't hit. Bucks leading by 10. Antetokounmpo passes to Ilyasova. Here's Bledsoe. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
You can't allow Bledsoe that kind of position. I mean, he's extremely effective in the paint.
Fournier gets a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Fournier's got it back down to single digits for Orlando. Grant against Bledsoe. Here's the pass to Ilyasova. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Now Isaac. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. For 3, Fournier. Bledsoe with the rebound. Bucks have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the 3rd quarter got underway. Pass to Connaughton. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Pass to Connaughton. 6 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Lets it fly from 18. Shot clock reset for the Bucks. Goes back up. It's not going to go for him. The Magic trail by 9. Now here's Isaac. Outside Fournier. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And here's what the schedule for Orlando looks like. On Tuesday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that game against the Spurs, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. DiVincenzo. He's guarded by Fournier, and they pick up 2.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Pass to Bamba. Outside Gordon. Now here's Isaac. Defense right on him. From the wing. And it's Gordon missing.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Kicks to Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe against Grant. And Bledsoe, here we go. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 6 rebounds here tonight. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Bledsoe. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Bledsoe's got 6 here in this quarter. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And Fournier has been an absolutely lights-out long-distance shooter every season he's been in the league.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And with Mohamed Bamba, one of the first things you notice is that 7'9" wingspan. I mean, yeah, he's got to add more muscle on that frame, but he can use that reach already to make an impact at both ends.
Orlando making some changes. Jonathan Simmons is checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Jaren Grant. Now here's Ilyasova. Fader on the way. And that one goes long. And with Bamba, in addition to his crazy length, you also get a player who's extremely smart.
How about getting scholarship offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard? You can see him thinking on the court. He's deliberate in the things that he does. Bright, bright future ahead for him.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Stolen by Bamba. Simmons feeling it out a bit. The shot off that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Outside Fournier. And it's Gordon missing.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
Well, I love how fast Antetokounmpo gets to the basket. One of the most mobile guys in the game.
Now here is Augustine. Defended by Dellavedova. And they double up Gordon. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's the Magic with the ball. Bamba dishes to Augustine. He kicks it to Bamba. Good ball movement here by the Magic. 6 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo against Gordon. Over Antetokounmpo. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And it's DJ Augustine with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. John Henson's checked in for Milwaukee. And a switcher also for Orlando. Terrence Ross is checked in for Fournier. There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. He's coming off an excellent season. Averaged about 27 points a game last season, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
Count that one. 16 points for Terrence Ross.
Well, we know that T. Ross can get it going. Part of the 50-plus club in terms of scoring the basketball.
At the line for your Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time. The Magic trail by 10. Augustine passes to Ross. Poke loose. There's 53 seconds left in the third. And that one's good, Brogdon.
Brogdon does a nice job using his body close to the basket. He's a strong guard who knows what to do down there.
And Augustine kicks to Ross. That 3 off the mark. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Shooting for Milwaukee, John Henson. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
A former Tar Heel, John Henson is incredibly efficient on both ends of the court.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And a switcher also for Orlando. Grant's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. And for the Orlando Magic, the 2017-18 season, Clark, not a great one, but they did have some bright spots.
Well, they saw what Aaron Gordon can do. That's a positive. Had a chance to grow some young players like Jonathan Isaac. A tough season for sure, but this is all part of evaluating what you have and where you stand.
Now, here's Grant. He has 7, 2 on the clock. From beyond the arc, the rebound by Brogdon.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A-plus defense.
And so it's Milwaukee with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. Back to the action after this word. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Tony Snell is out there with John Henson. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And he gets it to go. Simmons got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Orlando. Milwaukee leading by 12. Here's Dellavedova. Middleton outside. Buries it down low. And the Bucks lead by 14.
And, you know, Middleton is a man of many talents. When you least expect it, he hits you with a ridiculous floater.
It's stolen. They push it up 4 on 3. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Malcolm Brogdon, the 36th pick in the 2016 draft, went on to win Rookie of the Year. I mean, that's the second time a player not taken in the first round received that award. The first time was back in 1957. Kevin, you probably know who that is because you may have even called one of his games.
No, I'm not that old, Clark. You sure you're not thinking of a game maybe you called back in the day? That free throw good from Brogdon. And you think about Brogdon slipping into the second round. Clark, what caused so many teams to pass on him?
Well, you know, in this day and age, Kevin, younger is deemed to be better, and if you've happened to be in college 4 or 5 years, you're looked at a little differently. He spent 5 years at Virginia, but to his credit, he got his bachelor's degree and a master's in public policy, so he's got great character and perseverance.
And the Bucks back in 2001, advancing to the conference finals in the subsequent 17 seasons, Clark. They've yet to win a playoff series. Is this the year?
Well, when you have a top-5 caliber player in Giannis Antetokounmpo, expectations rise, and you do have a better chance to advance in the playoffs. Earning a top seed, though, I think is important because that gives you home court advantage, which we know is helpful.
Grant kicks to Vucevic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And over time, Vucevic has really developed a nice pump fake, and that often leads to him earning trips to the foul line. You know, guys, Nikola Vucevic is a very skilled big man out of USC. He rebounds well, scores it from inside, and has a nice touch. He's got a really well-rounded offensive game as a center. Even added a 3-ball to his repertoire recently to further stretch out interior defenses.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw, no good. And with Vucevic, he's an established scorer, but also a very unselfish player.
Yeah, he's a very smart player, too. A big guy with nice mobility, excellent hands, passes well for his position, works inside out. And as he continues to mature, I think you could see Vucevic leaning more and more on his ability to set others up out of the post rather than just looking for his own shot.
Middleton finds Dellavedova. Henson, it's good on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 17.
Hey, if you got the wingspan, use it. And John Henson does, showing real determination on the offensive glass.
Ross against Middleton. Stolen by Middleton. Dellavedova scanning the floor. Brogdon the pass to Henson. Back to Brogdon. And Middleton kicks to Henson. And stolen by Simmons. The pass to Vucevic. Ross on the wing. Defended by Middleton. Just 5 on the clock. Orlando moving the ball around. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Thursday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics. Milwaukee leading by 17. Middleton on the wing. Back to Brogdon. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Grant kicks to Bamba. The first free throw is good.
The raw talent Bamba has, just so impressive. A shot blocking specialist who also makes an impact on the offensive end.
And so he makes both from the line. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Brogdon against Grant. Brogdon finds Henson. Middleton on the wing. Pass to Henson. DiVincenzo. He's guarded by Ross. Bucket is good. The Magic trail by 19. Grant outside. Passes it to Ross. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's his third foul of the game. Isaac's checked in for Orlando.
In for the Magic, Jonathan Isaac.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Bucks leading by 19. DiVincenzo. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Magic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
And still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
A different look for Milwaukee. Ilyasova comes in for Tony Snell. And Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Brogdon. Grant up top, guarded by Bledsoe. Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
And how about the way Vucevic leaps off the floor? I mean, showing no respect or remorse when he attacks the rim.
And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. Back to Middleton. 5 on the clock. And it's Bledsoe off the drive.
Bledsoe always bringing that uber intensity. Real force that time on the finish as he drove inside.
Knocks it loose. The shot by Middleton, wide open. The three-pointer is right on target. Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter. The Magic have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. A lot of super teams trying to form right now, Clark, in the NBA. Golden State, one of them. Talk about some of the sacrifices stars have to make, for instance, in Houston, when they join forces.
Kevin, that's such a great point, and one that's often just overlooked or underemphasized, the sacrifices you have to make to be a championship team, and usually that starts at the top of your roster with your best players. And sometimes they have to bend and mold their games to the people around them. So that's the hard part of it. Just because you put together a lot of talent, as we've seen, doesn't mean you're going to win a championship. So the sacrifices, the commitment, those are big parts of contending for titles.
Gordon's checked in for Terrence Ross. And Grant drops them both. Bucks leading by 20. To the middle, stolen by Gordon. Now here's Isaac. He's tightly guarded. Out left to the wing. Here's Grant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. May have been the 90s, Clark, when we saw the pick and roll really become a common type play. Defenses have now adjusted somewhat, but many offenses still rely on it now.
Man, you go way back to the 50s and 60s. The pick and roll has been one of the hardest plays to defend since really basketball came into existence, quite honestly. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And now with the interchangeable parts that many teams have, you have the real challenge of small guys setting screens on big guys and creating havoc. So screen and roll action, always a very important part of the game and a hard set to cover well on defense.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Fournier is checked in for Orlando. And Grant drops them both. Bucks leading by 18. Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova. To the middle. And Ilyasova throws it down.
Hey, and you know, really Antetokounmpo could look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
And they've been just a little too casual with the basketball. It continues to haunt them.
And it has hurt them, no doubt about it. 7 points yielded off turnovers this quarter alone.
Ilyasova finds Bledsoe. High post, Henson. Vucevic on him. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And, you know, it's obvious why Antetokounmpo is an MVP candidate. I mean, he's a ferocious player, great competitive spirit, tremendous work ethic, and highly skilled. He wants to dominate.
Grant against Bledsoe. Grant the pass to Fournier. The Magic again can't hit. Milwaukee leading by 22. Down low, here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. At almost 7 feet tall, he makes it look effortless.
Grant outside. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
Magic ball.
The Magic making a switch here. Ross is checked in. Gordon kicks to Ross. The baseline J. Bounce pass from Vucevic. Gordon up on top. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. And although Gordon had never won a dunk contest, there's no doubt that he is one of the league's most lethal artists in the air.
Yeah, he really is. Creative, great bounce and strength. Was recorded at the combine with a 39-inch vertical. I think he gets off the floor much higher than that at times. He's got great power and a good frame. You know, if you see Gordon coming down the lane with a step, you better run for cover if you don't want to be posterized.
And he makes the first.
You know, last season, Aaron Gordon really flourished in a more wide-open offense, taking advantage of his uber athleticism. But he also put a lot of work into his jumper, and that showed. Helped him make the jump into a top option for an offense.
And he can't hit the second.
And, you know, I like that Gordon is a versatile guy who can play both forward spots. He's a terrific athlete who continues to improve.
Here's Fournier. It's good from about 19 feet. And for Gordon, all the focus he gave to improving his shot gave him the confidence he needed.
Yeah, exactly. And confidence so big in this league. I mean, it's the difference between good to great or average to good. I mean, when he believes in his shot, he's lethal offensively. It just opens up the floor for him and his teammates and allows him to create mismatches the way he's shooting it now.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Milwaukee gets called for the foul.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one at the line is good. And even though Vucevic can get you a good amount of blocks and steals, Clark, in a season, most would agree his defense isn't a strong point.
No, it's not, but it's not a liability either, Kevin. I mean, he understands where to be and how to get there. He's not super athletic and doesn't protect the rim in a shot-blocking fashion, but he knows how to use his body to position himself well defensively.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. It's stolen by Vucevic. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. The Magic trail by 19. Pulls up, high post. Another miss by Orlando.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. It's not even been a factor.
And that's his M.O. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Bledsoe against Grant. At the elbow, it's Gordon. For three, Ross. The rebound by the Bucks.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A-plus defense.
And here is Grant. Lets it go from 14. Here's Vucevic. Yep, that one goes in there.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Bledsoe finds Antetokounmpo. Back to Bledsoe. Clark, we know of your involvement with college basketball, calling the Final Four. College teams occasionally change conferences here in the NBA. There's talk of eliminating conferences altogether.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a bit of a traditionalist here. I'm open to change, but I think there would need to be more rationale behind the change than what I've heard or read. So I think keeping it the way it is fine. So that tradition aspect of it is what I'm hanging my hat on. Anytime you try to manipulate matchups, though, to me, is walking down the wrong road. So in my opinion, we should stay with the conferences for now.
I like that thought. Well, Orlando shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Grant against Bledsoe. Ross for three. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball, unable to help them close this gap.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Looking for Henson. He gets it there. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it two in a row. Orlando with the ball. To the paint. Here's Vucevic.
Well, I like the edge I'm seeing from Vucevic now. I mean, just commanding the ball in his spots and going to work on the defense.
Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. And the double up Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Gordon. Here's Ross. No good on the shot. Now the Bucks take it the other way. And the double up Antetokounmpo. Fades back. And that one hits back iron.
I think in that situation, that was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Ross against Antetokounmpo. Grant outside. Ross kicks to Vucevic. Clock at 6. Milwaukee with the rebound. Henson's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Milwaukee.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And so by winning the first of 3 to play in this season series, it should give them plenty of momentum and confidence for the next time they'll have to lace up their sneakers against the Magic.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
Grant kicks to Gordon. Fires it up. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
And the release on the jumper from Gordon is just pure. A lot of that hard work paying dividends. I'd like to see him drain these looks more often.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. That one good for 2. Antetokounmpo's got 55.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it. And that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We're getting out of transition, trying to get defensive stops, and everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.